new topic is that is race condition. So here, before going for this one, why we arrived at race condition is nothing but we, we took the two things, that is nothing but fork and v fork. Okay, so whenever you are creating a process, at that time multiple processes will be there by using fork. Okay, so that time more than one process will be there. So and you may sharing the some common resource. Okay, so some data may be the common between more than one process. Okay, so that time race condition will occur. Okay, so if you are sharing, suppose consider as a printer, okay, between two processes, so there may be a race condition. So like that, we are taking one example, that is nothing but you are trying to print something on a monitor by using two processes. Okay, so that is a race condition will occur. Okay, so when we created process using fork, so that time what will happen, so child and parent, two things will be there, and which one has to run first, child or parent? So it's depends on the kernel configurations and scheduling algorithms. So whichever scheduling algorithm is used inside that OS depends on that, it will be there. Okay, so if you are using as a round robin, so that time it may be given to the child process also first, then parent process, depending on the time slot. So it will run like that. So here, that time two processes are trying to access some common resource, means you will get the race condition. Okay, so we'll see one example here. So first one is, we have this fork. Okay, so here what we are doing is just we are creating a one child. So what will happen, so child will be there. So here we are checking for a child process, is it a child process, so it will trying to print as a output from child. Okay, and if it is not a child, that is the PID is not equal to 0, means it's a parent process. So that time we are trying to print this one, that is a output from the parent process. And after this both are going to exit it. Okay, so both will go, you can call this exit 0 function, and both will get kill itself. Okay, so it's nothing but we are saying as a print these two lines. Okay, and if you here, if you saw, this is the one function. Okay, so this function is character at a time. Okay, so this meaning is character at a time. We are going to print a character at a time, you are going to print it in this one. So what we are doing is character at a time, whatever you are passing the buffer, this buffers character at a time, you will print it. Okay, so now we'll see what all things are there in this function. Okay, so if you saw this function, so character at a time, it's receiving a string. Okay, and that the string, so whatever you are going to print it, that is nothing but inside a standard output. Here standard output is our monitors. Okay, monitor, whatever we are going to print it on the monitor, there will try to print it. Okay, and here standard output, before printing, there is nothing but put c function always will try to print it. Okay, so before printing this one, so what we are doing is we are saying is a set buffer. So there's nothing but, if normally in general what will happen, kernel always will take a set of buffer. Okay, and at that one shot always will try to print that buffer only. Okay, so now our intention is to print a character at a time, single character at a time we are going to print it. Okay, so it's function intention. So if you given this task to a kernel and you are saying as a print a character at a time without clearing the buffer, so what internally your kernel will do is one by one character it will take it. Maybe buffer size is a 10 bytes or 12 bytes. After taking our time slot, it will take it. So after that particular time slot, so whatever that buffer is there, that buffer it will print on the monitor. Okay, so to avoid that one kernel task, whatever it's will be done by default, to avoid that one, what we are doing is we are setting the that buffer as a null. Okay, so we're making as it's completely empty. So after that one character we are giving it and we are saying to print it. So every time we are saying as a whatever buffer you have, make it as a empty null. Okay, so after that again print it. So this is nothing but we are saying is set the buffer, that is nothing but to the empty. Okay, that's null. Okay, so whatever if it is there, remove those contents, then whatever character we are giving it, this one you have to print it. So here what we did is we written a for loop. Okay, so here for loop, what we are doing is, so whatever we are sending here these things, so this one by one we are printing it. Okay, so that's something what we're saying is that whatever str we received, that is we are writing into here ptr, so that address will keep on increasing. Okay, so and that whatever byte is there, that single byte we're trying to print it by using putc function. Okay, so here if you saw first time whenever it will come, suppose child process is executing, we don't know which one will execute actually, child or parent, depending on the scheduler and kernel configurations. So suppose our child process is executing first, so this entire thing will send it, so that is output from child. Okay, so what it will come here, output from child it will come, so o it will try to print it. Since this is a io, so io operations will take more time compared to process execution. IO operations will always run in terms of milliseconds normally. Okay, and process execution, that is whatever we will say as a micro processor codes, whatever we will write it. So these all things will be converted into zeros and ones, and those are running it. So that time these will run in terms of microseconds. Okay, that is 10 raised to minus 6 seconds per instruction it will try to run it, and IO operations will run 10 raised to minus 3, okay, per instruction. Okay, that much time it will take it, 10 raised to minus 3. So this is 10 raised to minus 3 time it's taking it. So first time, suppose if I printed as a o here, okay, okay, suppose this one is printed as a o, so that time it's taking is almost near to 10 raised to minus 3 seconds. So before that, so what here will happen is, this is instruction is executed, and here it's trying to execute next instruction. Okay, that is nothing but it's trying to print you also, okay, in child process. Okay, but IO operation will take more time. So that's why in your scheduling algorithm, it's waiting for a process is waiting for a IO, so it will go for a pause. Okay, that is nothing but you are waiting for some other outputs, so sorry, some other resources, so it will wait it, so and it will send it to the different state, process state, different state it will go it, so it will go in waiting state. So by that time your parent will start executing. Okay, so here we look at the starting, child is executing, so you are trying to print o, it's taking 10 raised to minus 3 seconds, but your instructions are running in 10 raised to minus 6 seconds. Okay, instructions are running in 10 raised to minus 6, io is taking 10 raised to minus 3 seconds. Okay, so that by this time child is waiting, so your parent is ready, so parent will go and try to print it. So both may print at the same time, and along with this any other processes are running it depending on those. Okay, so your system will print abnormally in the sense these will both will mix up. It will not print directly as a output from the child, and after that immediately output from the parent, it will not print as it is. So it may mix up, that is o may be completely then output this remaining words, then here output from parent completely may come, then from child here it's a combination of these letters will together will come the output. So we can't predict the exact output there. Okay, so this is a race condition, both are trying to execute it at the same time. Okay, to avoid this one, what we have to do is we have to use the signals. Okay, so it's normally we have the concept as a IPC. Okay, so what is IPC? I think you people know it. What is IPC? Interprocess communication. Okay, so here interprocess is nothing but for us is nothing but parent and child only. Okay, so we have that concept. From that concept, what we will do is we'll try to synchronize the both, that is parent and child. We'll try to synchronize it, then we'll try to execute whichever we want first. Okay, so while writing the code only, we'll write which one you want to execute first, that is maybe child or parent. So for that we'll send the signal from the parent to child also, or from the child to the parent also. It may be a waiting signal, or it may be a without waiting you can continue like that. Okay, depending on that we'll send the some signals. So in detail these things, that is IPC. Okay, so we have next model. Okay, that time we'll study in detail. Okay, signals. Okay, remaining all different message queue, all the things are there, that we'll study it later. Okay, so to solve this one we have the IPCs. Okay, so in your textbook here only he given one example for signal. Okay, so that I'm not taking now. So when we are studying that model, IPC model, so that time only I will take it. Okay, any doubts till now? Yes or no? move ahead with next one. So that is exec function. Okay, so here exec is a one function. Okay, so this function what it will do is whenever you are created a process, so that time both processes are, that is parent process and child process, both are running, sorry, executing same code. Okay, there is nothing but same code segment, whatever is there, that is executing. But whenever we want to create a new process, sometimes we don't want to execute same code, you want to execute some other code. Okay, so then nothing but somewhere it's already written some code that I want to execute it. So what we will do is, so that time we'll call the exec. So it will replace completely that whatever code segment is there, that will replace with new code segment. Okay, for example, live normally whatever you will browse it. Okay, in Google Chrome, if you are considering it, so what will happen is Google Chrome, whenever you are creating a new tab, okay, so that time new processes are creating in a Google Chrome. Okay, I'm talking about only Google Chrome browser. Okay, so in Mozilla Firefox, whenever you are creating a new tabs, that time new threads are going created. So their new threads, okay, in Chrome, that is a new processes are going to create it. So what is happening is, if I am there in first process, first tab, okay, so if I created second one, same code, it will not execute it, it will allow me to do something else also. Okay, so there is browsing, or you can see the PDF. Okay, so drag and drop it there only, you can see it. So like that, whenever you are creating a new process, so that time different code segment only you can run it completely. Okay, so how you can run it, that example we'll see it. So before going for that, here for users, 6 kinds of different exec functions are supported. 6 kinds of different execs are supported. On top of that, new version is supported. One more thing is fexec VE. Okay, this is seventh one. Okay, so this one we'll study it later. First we'll concentrate on the remaining 6. Okay, so here exec, along with that, if you saw, only last 1 or 2 letters are different. Okay, so normally we'll call it as all these exec functions only, but if we saw, last 1 or 2 letters are different. So what is the difference is, we'll see it now. Okay, so here we have as a L. Okay, so L stands for list. Okay, there is nothing but how many arguments you want to pass it to the new program. Okay, those you have to list it. So exec is nothing but you are saying as a new program, that is new, already compiled one, some program is there, that program you want to execute it now. Okay, so you created the new process, so for that new process you are going to give the new program. So whenever you want to give the new program, so here we'll give the, that is a path. So what is that path exactly? File name we'll give it. Okay, so then for that, whatever argument you want to pass it, so that you have to list it individually. 0th argument, first argument, second argument, that one. Okay, so second option is V. Okay, so there's nothing but it's a vector. Okay, so that whatever here arguments are there, those all things we can consider as a one vector, and that vector you can pass it. Okay, if you remember, we studied argument passing for a main. Okay, yeah, so for main function, whatever argument, whatever we're passing it, those arguments only. So here this is nothing but what a new program you are going to execute means new main function you are going to call it here. Okay, so that in that program, maybe main function is there, executable one, directly that you are going to call it. This is a path name you are going to give here. So here these arguments are the command line arguments. There we had as a command line arguments. There's nothing but here, instead of command, from exec you are calling it. So these are the simple arguments you're passing to the that new program. So here this is L stands for listing, V stands for in a vector you have to give it. So whatever arguments are there, those all things you have to give in a vector. Okay, if you saw here in L, in comment line we written as a char star 0. This is nothing but 0 is nothing but null pointer. We are making as a 0 is an integer value, then char star we are making it. This is we are making as a pointer. So this is a null pointer we are making it, and we are passing it to the if you don't have any new arguments after this one. Suppose I pass the argument 1, argument 2, argument 3, total like that we are passing total some arguments. Okay, some 3 or 4. After that I don't want to pass anything, so then you have to indicate as a, we don't have new any arguments. To indicate that one, we are passing last argument as a null pointer. Okay, so this is a null pointer. So whenever you will stop it, in the end you have to give this null pointer. Same thing in vector also. So here, if you are listed 4 vectors, okay, those 4 arguments, then last one you have to give as a null vector. So sorry, vector inside that null pointer. You have to give as a null pointer. Okay, so both almost same thing. Just here you are listing it. Here you are making a vector. Okay, so same thing. One more thing is here, if you saw same, this one, whatever L is there, whatever up to L, then E you have. Okay, same thing here, V is there up to V, then if you saw here last E is there. This is E is nothing but environment variable. Okay, so this one also we studied, that is nothing but for a main function you can pass the environment argument. So here also if you saw, everything is same. So whatever this L content is there, everything up to here it's same. So after that you can give environment variable. Okay, so here you can give the environment variable. So this environment variable is nothing but it is a vector actually. Okay, here whatever we given E, so this is a vector only. And same thing if you saw here, this is the previous one, whatever vector was there, argument list is a vector, same vector, then this is also a vector. Okay, so here inside this only you will be having the null character, so that is the end of the argument. After that, vector parameters, sorry, environment parameters. Okay, so these all are the, here you will give the environment parameters. So to indicate end of environment variables also, so you have to give null character there also. Okay, inside this vector you have to give null pointer, that is nothing but you can mention as the same thing inside that, inside a vector. Okay, so other than this one is one more thing is, if you saw first one, again same execl, so after L we have P now. So here difference between these two, so both are exactly same, so except this one first argument. Here except first argument, here is the path name, but here we are giving a file name. So directly you can give as a here file only. Okay, so what will happen is, if I given as a only file name, it will search for current directory and whatever path variable is there. Okay, if system's path variable will be there, path. Okay, so that variable, what all paths you declared in those all files, it will check it. Okay, so here we will give directly file name only. Okay, that time, so it's here exactly path we are giving it, here we are giving the exact only file name. So that time it will check for a current folder, along with current folder. If it is not there in current folder, it will check it for the path variable. In path variable you will be having this different paths, so those all paths it will check it. So in that path, this whatever file name we mentioned, it is there or not. If it is there, it will execute it. If any of the paths it don't have this file, means this will return a error. Okay, then same thing, so whatever path is there, same, so vector, here P you have same thing, this only, this same argument, only difference is here exactly path name we are giving, here we are giving the file name. Okay, so if you saw this first and second and these two, this is fifth and sixth, both exactly same, just first argument is different. That is nothing but here we have path name, here we have this file name. Here exactly with slash we have to give it. Okay, and whatever we are discussing this with respect to Ubuntu or Fedora, you can consider it Linux kind of things. So it will be there as a slash, okay, bin slash, like that. Okay, so it will be there. So you user home directory slash home, like that it will be there. So it will start with that. So here in single quote or double quote, directly you can give the file name. Okay, and if you want to pass a one variable, you can pass it, because since it's a pointer. Okay, so it's a pointer, in one variable you can give the file name and you can pass it. Okay, then these 6 types are there. Okay, so that is nothing but basically you have this first two, so a little bit modified version or third and fourth, and again little bit modified version or fifth and sixth. Okay, first two are there. Inside that, new 4 things with respect to here environment variable you are passing or not, third and fourth, and here you are giving the exactly path name or file name. Okay, total 6 types. Okay, and 7th one is, suppose already you have a executing a one file process, inside that one file is already open. Okay, that is executable file is already open. So if that file is open, means for that file you will be having a one file handler. Okay, so that file handler fd, whatever number will be there, that you can pass it. So here this is argument, whatever you have, that arguments you can pass it. If you saw second one, okay, sorry, this one. Okay, so exactly same. So instead of this one path name, what we are doing is, here we are giving the file handler. So here exec what it will do, it will open a file and it will try to execute it. But here what we are saying is already file is open, now directly use it. So for using that purpose, what it will do is here we are saying as a file handler, take the file handler, then remaining argument and environment argument. Okay, so there are six kinds basically, plus one more extra, that is nothing but this seventh one is supported in new versions only. Okay, it's not supported in old versions, Fedora and all those things, and this is supported in new version only. So these seven are nothing but different variations of exec. Okay, so normally we'll call it as a exec only. So this is the exec function only, normally we'll call it, but these are the seven versions. So among these you can use any one, so whenever you want to use it, there is nothing but depending on the situation you can pass the path or file name, depending on that you can use it. So and these seven all always will return on a error -1 and no return on success, we are saying. Okay, so no return means but we are given integer value. So always there should be integer value return type we are giving, means it will always, it will return something. So here some random value it will return it, we don't have any predefined value. Okay, so that random value is normally whenever you are opening this file, that whatever location will be there, that location address it will return it. First address normally it will return this pointers, first address, whatever file whatever you are opening it, wherever you kept that file, that file's first location's address normally it will return it. Okay, so since we are saying this is no return value, but this is nothing but other than -1, if you got anything, that is a successful execution. Okay, for a error, so that time it will return as a -1. Other than error, it's nothing but it's a successful execution. Any doubts before going for an example? No. Okay, so here, so let's see one diagram. This diagram, this is nothing but here we are written as a, so whatever this seven were there, the definition internally how it is taking care. Okay, so internally kernel has only one system call. Okay, that is execcve. Only this system call is there, remaining all are the library files. Okay, we have remaining all these 5 plus 1, this is 7, 6, so these all are the library files. So all whatever you will call it, so here whatever whichever you will call it, so these all calls will convert to the this middle one. Okay, so it will call to the, actually kernel is implemented only one this system call. So whichever you will call it, these all will convert internally to this system call and it will call the actual system call. This is the actual kernel system call. So how it will convert is here, so we'll take one, this is a whatever path is there. Okay, so here if you saw this one, this is nothing but general path you have, that is maybe a current folder or whatever you specified in path variable, those all things you have to check it. Okay, so here whatever you are checking it, so it is nothing but general one. So from that here whatever you are doing is nothing but a specific one. Sorry, one second. Okay, from here we're jumping to the VP. Okay, okay. So from here actually, from here, so whatever arguments are there, those all arguments we are combining it and we are forming a vector first. Okay, so here, so whatever this system call is there, this P, this nothing but argument list is there, and here also L, here also E. Here we don't have, all we have, if you saw this one, so if you saw first one, third one and fifth one. Okay, so if you saw, we're listing the arguments. Okay, so here also we're listing the argument, here also we're listing the arguments, here also we're listing the arguments. And if you saw second, fourth and sixth, okay, their vector is there. So this list we can convert into vector. So that is what we're doing from here. So this list is converted into vector. So this list is converted into vector here. This list is converted into vector here. So directly you can call it. So and then here the sixth one, from this sixth one what we are doing is here you have a path. So this path is nothing but general one path is there, that is here you have, that is current directory or whatever specified in path variable, system variable. So those all path it will check it. But if you saw here, this is nothing but fixed path is there, so that whatever you got it there is converted as a fixed path. so it's converted as fixed path. Okay, so then if here, so you got this one. Okay, from 6 to 2 you got second one. Now if you second and fourth, if you saw, only difference is last one. Okay, that is nothing but environment variable you are passing it. So if you don't have anything here, you can pass a null. So directly you can add, call this one. If you have anything, directly you can use the this one only, that is fourth one. So that is from v to directly ve environment variable. If you have any environment variable you are using it, that will pass it. So whatever you are giving this one function names you are calling it, so these all are supported as system libraries. Okay, so these system libraries, what it will do is, so depending on whatever parameters you passed, it will convert to a different function. From here to here it will convert it, from here it will convert this function, then it will convert this function. So internally these all are conversion will happen, and kernel is supporting only one system call, that is execcve. Okay, so last only this one is supporting. So whatever function you will call it internally, it's going to call this function only. Okay, so and if you saw seventh one, so seventh one we have a file handler. Okay, and parameter. So now here if you saw, we have the file name actually. Okay, file name, completely path name is there. So what it will do is here, from file handler, so always file handler it will be having one table. Okay, so that table always we have file handler, that id corresponding whichever file is there. Okay, so in that table it's looking now. Okay, so if you call this one, it's looking for that table. That table will be there as a underscore proc pro, that is nothing but processes slash self, whichever you are executing, that is, and fd is nothing but file handler table, whatever will be there. So in that table whatever entries are there, you are checking for the whatever fd you are passing it. So here whatever fd you are passing it, that fd it's checking it. So corresponding file name you will get it, so that file name it will call. Okay, so seventh one whatever is there, so arguments are same. Second and third arguments are same. First argument only is difference. So here file handler to what it will do is, it will convert into the directly path name again, and it will call it. So internally again you are calling the in kernel same system call. Okay, so this is how internally it's happening. So whatever your function you call it internally, it's going to call only this one function. This is the only one function is implemented. Okay, now we'll see one example. So go through this example bit. So here we have this one environment variable we listed as a global variable. Okay, so environment variables 3 we given it, sorry 2 we given, and third one is a null. Okay, so we are saying as a, we don't have after this a vector we are giving, environment variable a vector we are giving two things, zeroth one and first one. So after that we are saying as a null. Okay, and here what we are doing is, first we are calling as a fork. Okay, so whenever you are calling as a fork, so that time child will be created. Now here you are checking pid is equal to 0. So now you are there inside a child process. So now child process, what we are seeing is directly call execl e. Okay, so l stands for listing of arguments, e stands for passing the environment variable. Okay, so now inside this first parameter was there as a file name. Okay, so that is file name, exactly we are giving this one. Okay, so here file name is echo all. Okay, so there is the echo all for whatever content you are passing it, just it will display as it is. Okay, its intention of this file is that nothing but echo all, whatever is there it will just display it. So this is my actually where it is located, file where it is located, that file given. Then here zeroth argument. So if you remember in command line argument, zeroth argument is always whichever file you are executing. Okay, so same file name will be there. Suppose you are executing as a.out file and you are passing the arguments, so first zeroth argument will be the a.out only. And if you are renamed that one, and if you are calling printing the argument 0, so whatever name you given for that file name will be there, zeroth argument. Okay, so same argument we are giving here, zeroth argument. Okay, so if you saw our definition also, it has always has the zeroth argument then remaining. Okay, so zeroth argument is the again file name only. Okay, so here we are passing exactly file name. This is the file name echo all we are passing it. So then we are saying is a my argument 1, my argument 2, then null character, that is null pointer is nothing but we are saying is we don't have after that any argument. Then this is the environment Okay, so environment argument, whatever we given, two things. Okay, so those two things we are calling it. So if it is less than 0, there is nothing but -1 we are saying as a, it is a error. Other than that, we are saying as a okay, executed. Okay, successfully executed. So here this will executed. After that, no need to check for is a inside this one, no need to check for is a parent or child, because it's already took the different code segment completely. So it will execute different code segment only, because exec successfully executed means whatever there inside this file statements, those statements it will start executing. Okay, and here in this one, what will happen after this one, here parent will start. So what we are doing is parent is waiting for this process to complete. Okay, so wait PID. So PID whatever we received from this child, that it's waiting for, parent is waiting for completion of this process. It means if whatever we want to do it, then only parent will start executing it. So now we'll see what all things are there inside this. Okay, that is echo all. So okay, so here this is a, okay, so this is a echo all program. Okay, it's not a function, it's a entire one program. Okay, so because we executing from here, this is a different program only. Echo all, this is a different program, so this is a different program. So we return main also for this one. Okay, so it's taking arguments. Okay, command line arguments is taking it. So directly you can pass both side null only, this is not a problem. So it means main open bucket close bucket directly it will be there. Okay, so here we are passing the arguments, actual arguments. So first argument is nothing but argcv. So whatever is there, count, normally count whatever will come, that those many things we are printing it. Okay, then environment variable. So environment variable, if you saw here, we declared as a global. Okay, and here we're declaring as a, it's a external variable. Okay, so external already we studied what is external. There's nothing but some other file is declared. It's not declared in this file, but it's related to the entire program. So it's whatever is declared outside, from there it will extract it. Okay, so there whatever is there, normally we are printing it. So whatever we are passing here, these two, it will print it until and unless we get the null. Okay, so this program task is whatever we are getting the argument, just we are printing it. So it may be a command line argument, that is here my argument 1, my argument 2, then environment variable, whatever we got it from here, we are printing it. Okay, so what output will get it here, we'll get this is a first one echo all function name, then my argument 1, my argument 2, then these two are the paths. Okay, so because we saw half program only. Okay, so here whatever is there, first one and second one, these two arguments we got it, we're printing it. Okay, now we'll see the remaining. So here third one, now so after this waited, suppose this program is executed successfully and it's returned some value. So this wait PID will, instead of waiting, it will stop waiting. Okay, so it will come out of the waiting phase, and so then it will execute one more fork. Okay, and same thing again we are doing it, but different arguments we are passing it. Instead of here execl e, so we are passing as execl p now. Okay, so p is nothing but directly file name will give it. So here we are giving the file name. Okay, after that again zeroth argument is the file name only. Okay, if you saw here exec p. Okay, so here this is the file name, and zeroth argument normally will pass the file name only. So here we are again passing the file name only. So then after that one argument we are passing it, and we are saying as a null. Okay, so here we are not passing any environment variable. Okay, so directly we are passing this one as a whatever is there, that is a arguments only. We are not passing any environment variable. So what output will get it? So here again it will try to execute it. First here whatever is there, so this is arguments whatever we passed. Okay, so arguments, that is file name, then only one argument, these two will print it. So here we'll see it. So this is a file name, so only one argument, these two is printed. So after that, if you saw here, we got some result also. Okay, so here environment variable we are trying to print it. Okay, so but here we are not passing any environment variable, but we got the some output. Okay, so this is nothing but by default whatever system environment is there, that it will take. Okay, because since you are not passing anything here, okay, and this was related to environment list, whatever we are passing it, and if you saw here one variable, this enron, this is a global variable for a system also. From system it will take it. If you are not getting from the parent process environment, so whatever system environment variables are there, that it will copy it. So all things it will copy it. Here we are passing first time whatever we are printing, that time we are passing two arguments only. So that time first time here we had only two arguments. Now you are not passing anything, so entire system environment variables will be given to the new process. So here, so all environment variables will print it like that. Here we are saying is a more than 47 lines are there. Okay, it depends on the which your system you are executing it. It may be a 47 number of lines or more number of lines. Okay, so like that you will be having all the environment variables. So the all environment variables it will print it. Any doubts? Shall I revise any part? Give quick reply. Okay. No, one person said. Remaining people. Okay, maximum of you are saying no only. Okay, so I hope you people are understood this one. So now I will not take a new topic. We'll stop here only. So EXEC. So we'll stop here only.